2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 3 Code S Reversal.
What's up? We're back. Zest vs. herO is about to start up. I'm really looking forward to this match specifically. I think these guys both have very interesting approaches to the matchup. herO is sort of known to be a crazy player, to do a lot of very specific timing builds. Zest has in the past occasionally leaned a little bit more on one or two styles in this matchup. I kind of repeated that in certain days, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Sometimes these guys look great, sometimes they look slightly less in shape. Sometimes one of them doesn't bring his keyboard to the GSL, which is basically the only thing you need to bring.
Which one was that, Artosis?
That would be herO.
We were talking about that. How do you forget a keyboard for a StarCraft tournament? I feel like that's so.
There's very little you need to bring
to the GSL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it
truthfully, right? If you live in Seoul, it's like you don't even need a phone or a wallet. You can actually do it. You could jump over the subway stall, just get there, right?
Yeah.
Keyboard and mouse is basically all you need. You could go with socks on your feet instead of shoes.
Yeah, in Seoul, no one would even stop you for that.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to see what these guys bring tonight. Who are you thinking?
Well, I'll tell you who I'm rooting for. I've always been a herO fan.
Yeah, well, Zest is going to beat him, so
yeah,
sorry
well,
about
you're
that,
going down. My boy herO's got this, Artosis.
Listen, just because you're a fan of someone doesn't make it more likely to beat Zest.
If I cheer hard enough, he might play better, and then he'll win.
Could be. Scream and clap at him, Tastes. Let's see.
No, don't lose your probes. They're important. All right.
East Cove, Thunderbird, Acropolis. Oh, I really like the map set. These definitely can give us some games with 3 bases, which hasn't been that common in PvP.
That's right. PvP can be pretty tight, pretty explosive. But yeah, we're already getting a very nice map rotation in here. So Zest versus herO is about to start up. Sue is waiting for the victor of this in the winner's match. And that game has loaded up now. Let's go.
Fight.
Almost to 1,000.
4,000.
4,000.
Ocean Gaming. Zest.
I love this little icon we have here. The GSL going over the.
Yeah.
We're always stepping it up here to Freakin' TV.
Triumphant Song Gaming. herO.
It's like you found the base.
Yeah.
It's like a better comp stat.
This is where herO's face comes up on a little icon at the bottom right and has a speech. The Zerg have destroyed our lands.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What was that? Which campaign was it? The one where
where the
there's like
home world was destroyed?
No, the one where the Terrans are on some planet and there's like this Terran general, and he's like lost his arm.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's something in the dialogue. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry you lost your arm. He's like, I just want to get back out there and kill more Zergs. I thought, I don't think that's what you're supposed to say when you lose your arm. You got to be like, yeah, man, that's like my arm. It's gone.
But don't they go through brainwashing? And that guy's a great soldier, Tasteless. And to be honest, bionic arm.
Do you know how high my APM would be if I had a bionic arm?
Well, you'd probably let it rust, so probably not that high.
I'd fall asleep, but my hand would be in water. Oh, no. Artos, you tried to make me pee the bed again. Instead, you ruined my robot arm.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, down in the bottom, we've already got a pylon hidden here. That's for Zest.
Yeah, both of them look like they're going to hide something down there. That looks like a good place for a Stargate.
Put it right by this giant dog skeleton. And yeah, the Stargate is going to come in here, so presumably it's going to be an Oracle coming into blindside to take out as many workers as possible. We need to get a better idea of where herO's going to take this game, but for now we do know he has 2 Adepts that are about to come out.
Yeah, kind of like that Zest keeps his probe all the way back there. Like, if you want to kill his probe, you got to go all the way into your base to get rid of it.
You know, it's crazy how often this happens in PvP, where there's 2 players that are hiding something right next to each other.
So often now.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. I think that pylons should give bigger vision radius so that this stops happening.
Yeah.
Definitely. Look at how quick that shield battery is.
It's hilarious when they spot each other. It's like that meme where it's the 2 Spider-Men pointing at each other.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the Adepts are shading forward. The Stalkers are then forced to come back and preempt that. And it looks like they're not going to be able to shade in, instead of canceling, but doing a little bit of a control there, keeping the Stalkers back. And now we have the Nexus being made here for Zest. So behind the attack, he's going to try to come in and do some damage on the workers, but it's the same idea over here for herO.
I think Zest's build here is really, really strong, but
it's gonna start.
Oh my god, he canceled the shield battery.
Oh, dude.
It was actually going to be done right now.
Yeah.
And I was about to praise him. I'm like, damn, that's an anti-proxy Oracle shield battery right there.
Well, what's crazy about it, too, is that is about as close as you can be in that proxy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he seemed to have almost mistimed the cancellation.
Yes.
You know,
well, he mistimed the starting if it was to catch that, right?
Yeah, which I think it was.
To be frank, like, I mean, if it's going to work, it should be done before the Oracle gets there. You can't, like, have a period of time where it's still finishing, right? So I'm not really sure. It seems like maybe he read it wrong. Like, he was going to let it finish, and then he's like, oh, never mind. But that puts Zest in an even better spot there. He's got his Stalkers at home to defend against Oracle as well. The Nexuses are at similar times.
Okay, well, a little bit of game of cat and mouse here with that. He does kill off both of the Adepts, but we have 3 probe kills so far. And now we're going to go into Phoenixes here for herO. Now notice that herO's banking up Oracles.
Yeah, he needs that one-shot potential here. Let's see if he
it looks like he's going to go for it right now. Yeah. And fortunately, there's only 2 probes over here. So right when he sees this, he's not going to get as many kills off as he would ideally wanted to get. But he is going to be able to come in here into the main.
Oh my god, he's actually getting insane damage right now. Look at this.
Oh my god, he didn't quite have the shot synced up there. So a few missed opportunities, but a dozen probe kills. That is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
And look at this, there's no probes over here at the natural expansion. Now a Phoenix is going to come and pursue, and 2 in fact, excuse me, are going to come and pursue this, and this means that Zest is going to lose his Oracle. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of painful right there.
Well, there goes Zest's options to have any kind of pin on herO. herO can now leave his base with his Stalkers.
Yeah, he can continue to put some pressure on here. He's seen where the Stargate is and everything as well. herO definitely has the advantage when all is said and done.
Although
here.
I do like what Zest is doing. You know, he's taking this bad situation, saying, okay, I can at least warp into depths and try to counterattack there, since herO, in some ways, is incentivized to try to come out and get some pressure on over here. But already, herO reacting perfectly, walls that in and pulls the probes back.
That's kind of crazy.
He's so good. It's so sick.
This game is kind of a really funny one, the way that it's going down, right? They both make these nexuses, but both of them have to retreat because there's so much potential damage everywhere.
We still don't have that natural expansion being mined from right now here for Zest.
Yeah.
I think herO's going to continue to pull through with a bigger and bigger lead, and I love this. Look, he just spots that over there, takes out the Adepts. Everything that Zest is trying to do is getting shut down.
Yeah. I can't believe that after all this, look how close their worker counts are. 31 to 28. Like, that's pretty similar right there. So, surprising after, especially those 2 Oracles got 12 probe kills.
Yeah.
And then we're just kind of even right now.
Yeah.
So herO going Forge and Robo. The Robo is already on the other side. Well-placed observer there to see this coming.
Yeah.
But that's 5 Phoenixes. I mean, they can definitely get some damage done.
Yeah, and anything isolated, they're going to easily kill off.
Yeah.
In fact, I think these Oracles are going to dive into the main. It's going to be just as the shield battery finishes. But the Phoenixes are going to be a great foil here. Look at this. Interrupting that, and now the real damage is going to be done.
Oh my god.
As this beautiful rotation comes through and snipes 5 workers. Now here comes the counterattack from Zest. He's doing a great job attacking these probes, but already herO has an answer for that too. How are the supplies still so close?
I know.
This is so weird.
Okay, so herO has like all the good units, and it feels like everything he has done after the very initial part of the game has been better and more effective. But Zest keeps getting stuff done with almost nothing. It's just like 2 Adepts go in. And then you look at that, 5 probes dead. Okay, you know, there you go. You kind of equalized it a bit. Obviously, you still got to look at this as a herO's leading the game, right? He's got this +1 on the way. He still has the Phoenixes. He still has Oracles. Those are all big deals.
Okay, a little recall there to pull those Adepts back. You don't want those to get isolated and then chewed up by the Phoenixes. So even though supplies are even, I feel like herO's pulling off great play after great play after great play. We have the War Prism coming here now as well. And so that might be the moment where herO will have the option to push and or harass. Keep in mind that there's basically no air here anymore for Zest. So there's no, Phoenixes are kind of ideal to just chase away a Warp Prism. So I feel like hero's going to be able to leverage this position more and more and more as the game goes on.
Yeah, you can really see him doing that as well. He just sacrifices 4 Oracles and only got 2 Sentries.
Only
with it,
to even up the supply now.
Yeah, he kills 10 probes there. Look at that, 33 to 31. Is hero just not into building workers? I think if we look at it,
I think that's actually what's been happening here, is that he's the reason why he's able to do so much damage and come out on the map and be so fierce is because he's cut probes often.
It really seems that way, because Zest is not killing anywhere near as many, right? 29 to 19, yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that means hero for sure was cutting probes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we should have hero with like a 20, 25 supply lead here for the amount of damage he's done. So, even though Zest is taking damage, he's just being patient and remaking workers and then trying to get back on his feet.
Look how funny these armies are right now. Ooh.
Bop.
Okay, are you a member of Handsome?
Hanson? You
Yeah.
call me handsome?
Well, I always call you Handsome, but are you a member of Hanson?
Yes.
Your little bop right there.
Scop, bop. Get it on down now. Can I tell you something? My brother and me actually used to listen to that a lot. We liked that song when we were kids.
I always thought you guys were cool.
Yeah, we were not. We have an attack coming in here. Now, this is where all that harass finally pays off as a very sophisticated tech comes in and smashes the more simplified army of just Stalkers, doing a great amount of damage. And so hero takes game number 1.
Yeah, well done to hero there. It felt like Zest was going to get an advantage, then he kept kind of fighting back, but the technicality of hero winning out. Okay, our next map. This is kind of the most turtley map that there is.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping it doesn't just turn into let's never get to 40 probes.
But well, I think it might. I think it might be that.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of expecting this one to be a real slugfest.
Same type of game.
Yeah. Okay, our players are now in the lobby. Again, the winner is going to face Sue in the winner's match.
Yes. And
yes. Good. Thunderbird, a map with a name straight out of the 80s, will be where Game 2 takes place.
It's Acropolis, a map with a name out of the 400 BC, sir.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Ocean Gaming, Zest.
Gaming in the water.
Seems like he's playing pretty well.
Triumphant Song Gaming, herO.
Hero definitely with the clutch plays there. I wish that we could get back, though, our 2016 hero, you know? Well, 2016 hero was such a badass in every way.
When he skateboarded to the studio and won, and skateboarded home with the check.
I swear to God,
he's so cool.
Yeah, he looked like the best player in the world that year.
I thought he was going to be. Yeah, I thought he was going to
be the world champion.
Keep dominating.
But you know, the prophecy came true, and Rogue took the championship that year. But I'd love to see him kind of return that form. It's just since then he hasn't quite shined as brightly.
Well, he looked great in that game, but yeah, generally speaking, he seemed to not deliver the same kind of games that we saw in 2016.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he has the same amount of depth either. He was playing every type of style that year.
Yeah.
And right now it's like he's kind of like back to old hero a little bit. Like his micro's very good, his execution's very good, he's very tricky and mind gamey. But we don't see as much of the very solid macro hero that we used to see, you know, where he could mix it up into anything.
Yeah, his timing attacks were so clean, too. Every strategy he would go for basically worked. And Zest's style of play, I almost have a harder time trying to put my finger on it. He had a few molds, a few archetype builds that he just had from A to Z perfectly mapped out.
Yeah, he's like, in my opinion, one of the best build order refiners that there is.
I think his weakness, though, is a lack of variety.
Sometimes it is. You're definitely right about that. Like, if you look at some of the periods where he did really well, like, remember him versus TY in that finals in 2016.
Right.
And he had that ridiculously dominating season. He kind of like invented an entire style / build in PvT and killed everybody with it, right? And that was really strong until people start to figure out how to kind of beat that a little bit. But yeah, I always think of him as someone who gets unbelievably good builds and execution. Like he's going to have, you know, he has great mechanics and all that too. But never really think of him as much as a mind gamey type of guy. Like he can hold his own, but I don't feel like he's going to pull the massive tricks.
Well, he's not trying to play around his opponent's playstyle. He's trying to react to it better. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Like herO throws a lot of curveballs in his play. It will come kind of out of left field, hit you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Where with, you know, Zest, it's like he's, I guess, trying to play a little bit more straight up, but with a little bit more of a twist.
Kind of.
Trying to a lot of times prolong the game until he's in a spot where he can take it.
Well, he'll have it like mapped out just right, so like when your push comes, he has enough to crush it or something like that, right? Anyways, looking at this game right now, Forge going down for herO. So this kind of tells us that he feels like this game is going to go on for quite some time. He's definitely right about that, as both sides are just kind of sitting back, making some sentries, getting their scouting done. There might be some light pokes, like these two adepts coming in, for instance. But this is a game that looks like it's going to get pretty big.
Yeah, it seems to be on that trajectory where we're going to have a pretty dramatic macro game.
But look at the differences here, right? Okay, this adept gets in, and it sees a Forge and a Robo. So we should see Zest probably add a Forge here.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of surprised if he didn't. But look at what else herO's doing. This is the part that herO's doing that's so different from what anyone else would do, and it's that Stargate.
And the funny thing is, I think, because normally hidden Stargates are much earlier in the game, there's a very high probability that Zest just discounts this as a possibility.
Yeah, you never really see him go Forge and Robo and then like a hidden Stargate at this point in the game. It's just, it's not really a thing.
We saw this phenomena happen actually later on in StarCraft 1, where if Protosses didn't go for a Reaver right away, he went for Reaver a little bit later. A lot of Terrans just weren't ready for it. Yeah, they just like...
There's a window where it's supposed to come on most builds, and then if it comes at a different time, you get confused.
Yeah.
That exists a lot all over the place. There was a point in time where Widowmine drops were like that. Like, they would fall off after about 5 minutes, so if they come in, like, at that point, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
You're not ready for it at all. Yeah.
You're supposed to be roaming with that medevac. What's going on? Yeah, so a Phoenix being made here. We did get a Prism out of Zest, so it seems like instead of making the game longer, he wants to harass right now. Just now adding the Forge.
Okay, now, incidentally, he might, when he's driven away from here, actually fly over that.
Well, the Phoenix is going to come in and just chase this down, I think.
Yeah. Unless he's going to hide it. I don't see the Phoenix coming down yet, so he actually... Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
yeah, he just, well, he has to now. He might as well. And no recall for that, so that's just taken out. Not bad. Advantage herO.
Yeah, but he's shown his tech here as well, hasn't he?
Oh, I like this hidden base down here in the bottom left.
Oh my God, yeah, okay.
Now, what's funny is it's a little bit counterintuitive because Phoenixes can scout more easily. If you have Phoenixes on the map and you're roaming, there's a higher chance you're going to spot something. But that base might be so far in the bottom left that it's just going to be neglected territory by herO.
You'll never shift-click your Phoenixes in a way that they're going to go over that unless you're looking for something like that.
And this could actually throw off the math here for herO. Yeah. So I think Zest game, with a hidden base like this, normally what you want to do is just stay back and let them try to attack on you and take the fight, because you're going to get ahead in the Econ game.
Look at this, though. Double Robo, I believe we're going to see double Robo Disruptor now, right? Like, that must be what this is.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that.
And you know what? If you're both going for like kind of the same ground pounding composition where it's like Archon, Immortal, Zealot, if you have disruptors in your army and they don't, you win that.
Yeah, yeah. It's not easy to split, particularly Immortals and Archons. It just, and everything sort of clumps up so neatly with the way the SC2 AI operates.
Yeah. And when you think about it, right, like if you're the guy that adds the disruptors in, your opponent will just go Phoenixes. But since herO already has Phoenixes, it makes it a bit harder for Zest to go into Phoenixes, right? It's kind of like, oh God, do I go Phoenixes? Because he's already ahead. So if he continues Phoenixes, then I get way behind.
Yeah, a great move here to fly in with these Phoenixes. Too much of the army on one control group there. to deal with that, and so there wasn't any defense, so 9 probes killed. Not bad at all.
Dude, I like that Zest has taken this hidden base. That's really a smart location, and he's definitely he's gotten an edge via that, but I look at the game overall, and it feels like herO's outdoing him, right? He's ahead on the upgrades and on tech. Now, if he goes across the map and attacks, I think that's a huge blunder. I think he needs to wait longer for sure.
Hold on, is that War Prism going to fly right into this army? All right, never mind. He's going to come in now, starting to push forward here. And let's see if he can actually hold this position up here. Again, because that base in the bottom left has stayed hidden, herO basically has an incorrect assumption of where this game is at.
Yeah.
And this is where, no matter how many cool little fights you have, you can end up losing. But hold up here. First, these disruptors are going to come in, and this attack has to be held off. That's what's most important here, is for Zest to try to drag this game out.
I mean, a fine hold from Zest. It didn't feel like that should really kill him, right? Like, if herO just walks up this ramp and kills him, I don't know what to think. Maybe he's able to.
All right, he's starting to push in here now. Now, again, he can chuck out a few disruptor shots here. Or if he does, okay, there we go. Nice, chipping away at those Immortals, both badly bruised. That might actually just be it. I think he's got enough here.
Maybe.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's just 2 Archons here. He's going to have plenty more disruptor shots for that.
What a peculiar game here from herO.
He just owned him in that fight. That was crazy. Nicely done there by herO. Is this going to be a new trend here? Is herO going to be able to keep delivering like this?
I'm a little bit confused about exactly how and why that went down as it did. Like, I know that Zest took that very fast base, so he was a little bit behind on units, but to attack up a hill in this situation with such a teched out army didn't feel like something that should be working. But I guess Zest kind of forewent a bunch of things, right? Like, he had mostly very defending units, like he had his Immortals and Sentries and whatnot up on top of the ramp, but it's not like he did any sort of gateway explosion.
Right.
We didn't see a bunch of charge lots or something which can battle against that a bit better.
Up next, Sue versus herO to decide who will move on to the round of 16. We'll go to that after this short break. Don't go away.